Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I have a project to share with you. I know at this time of year Christmas seems kind of far away, but we all like the idea of sending Christmas cards, and then December rolls around, and then mid-December rolls around, and all of a sudden there's too much going on. So this is a really good time to think about getting started on your Christmas cards, and I have project kits to make it easy for you with really fun projects. So this one is featuring the Dashing Deer stamp set, which is in the holiday catalog, and it's a double Z fold card, so cards that move are our feature for this month. So here's the front, and then it opens like that. So you have a really nice design, a really nice layout, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for making this. It's really easy. There's no crazy special scoring or like having to meet up with lines or anything like that. This is actually a really easy fancy fold card that moves. So grab your Stamps and Mail Club kit and let's get stamping. We'll pull out our pieces here, and this one has some pre-scored cardstock for you, which make our double Z fold or our zigzag fold cards. So this is the card base. It is 4 1/4 tall by 8 1/2 wide, so it makes basically a folded square card. And normally you just fold your cardstock this way. What we're going to do is we're going to take this front flap and fold it back. Okay, so this is sort of the basis for our Z fold. So this piece is about 1 inch wide. It's from the Festive Farmhouse designer paper, and it matches this card. It's actually the other side of that paper. But what I'm going to do, it's scored in the middle, so I'm going to fold it there, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take that front and just fold it back. Okay, now our card is set this way. Our Z is going to fold the other way. All right. So what I'm going to do now is take my plaid, and this plaid should be matched. So you might have to go back and forth to figure out where, like, clearly the plaid doesn't line up there, but if I do it this way, it does. So you should have a matched plaid set, and I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on this side here and line this up right here with the front of the card. And then the continuation of the plaid is going to be on the inside face of my card here. So I'm going to put some more snail on there and line that up. Okay, so now we have like our card front and then woo with a strip in the middle. This piece is going to get our greeting stamped in Merry Merlot. And it says, with appreciation for all you do and your year-round spirit of giving. Oh, and I got it sort of crooked, so I'm going to try that again. Much better. And go ahead and layer that here inside our card. And I'm just going to butt that white cardstock right up to our designer series paper layer. Now I'm going to show you how we do our decorations for the front. So for this piece, I really like to use tear tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tear tape on basically the parts of the card that are going to stick down and not on the parts that I need to be sort of free floating. So this short strip here, like that, and then another short strip of adhesive on the other side, making sure that it doesn't overlap the center of the card. So if you have that gap in between there, then you know you'll be in good shape. And I generally like to start with just one piece of adhesive floating around at a time. So I'm just going to peel this end off, and I've got my strip facing this direction, and I'm going to layer this right here on the front of our card so that it lines up there. Okay? See how that works? This end is still free. So now I can go ahead and peel the backing off of this one and come back and layer this down, and just basically by closing it. Okay, so then we know our card will close nicely, and then it has that fun double Z fold shape when it's open. All right, so decorations for this, we have a deer that is die cut here, and if you are thinking about it, you can remember that you can reuse your pieces. So this is the die cut deer out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and ink him up in Cherry Cobbler. And so we'll ink that. And then when stamping on die cuts, I really find it easiest to just go ahead and leave it that direction and press, I can't talk, press my die cut down on top of it. Now to get a really even image, I'm actually going to close up my ink pad. If I had another black handy that was the same size as I would use that. My goodness. But I'm going to use my ink pad since it's a big flat surface. And then when I peel this up, I have my stamped deer. Okay, so you can do this trick one more time because you are going to stamp a deer for the inside of your card, which is this cute little one that matches. So same trick. Ink up your stamp, set it down on your work surface, and then come back with, just use this black, a big flat surface to get a nice image there. Okay, so our deer is going to go on the front of our card, and you want to think a little bit about where you're putting your adhesive for this, because you don't want it to show or to stick your card shut. So I think I'm going to put just a couple pieces of dimensional here on the deer, sort of around his chest and so forth, and then stick him down like this. So he's kind of overlapping. He's a little bit centered in the front of our card. And then our greeting here is going to be stamped. I got my Many Merry Thanks, which I'm going to stamp there, and then add in cherry cobbler a couple of these cute little flowers around it. Okay, and this is going to go on our card front. Now you have two pieces of ribbon-y stuff here. So this is the braided linen thread from the holiday catalog, which I love, and this is the cotton twine in that other color. And so to get this to stick on here, I'm going to show you a trick using the edge pieces of our Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to cut this ahead of time. You want it to be, I made it a little too big. You want it to be about the same width as the circle, so it's not going to overlap. And then I'm going to wrap this around my fingers a couple times to get that end pieces where I want them, because I'm going to have them overlap. So kind of just like so. And then I'm going to flip this to the back side and take that strip of dimensional and just layer that across there. Okay, so what that does is it traps all those ribbons where I want them and lets me come back very easily and stick our greetings on the front here. So we have our Many Merry Thanks. And if your pieces go off the side a little bit, you're okay, because the width of our card will still fit in a regular envelope. So even though I'm making a square card, I really usually like to stick the square cards into a regular size envelope. And a mini Stampin' Dimensional will fit here for me. So I'm going to put my deer on the inside of my card, and so that it shows just kind of in the background there. And there we have our finished Z-fold card. So lots of fun things you can do with the Dashing Deer stamp set. And Stamps the Mail will give you 4 projects to make with this stamp set, as well as all the pieces ready to go. And lots of ideas available on my blog and my YouTube channel too. So lovenstamps.com, or see me on YouTube at Loven Stamps. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're a YouTube fan, so that you get updates. Click that little bell to be notified when I post new videos. So thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing new projects with you soon. Happy stamping!